Welcome. You're with the Nasty Fast, and I'm back with another read. I'm back with another chapter read from the Fall of America. Look, you know, last week we wrapped up chapter 16, and it was deep. It was deep. It was deep. You know what I mean? It was not contradicting, but it was deep. And I found some things I agree with. I found some things that I disagree with. You feel what I'm saying? And my question is still the same, and I haven't got my answer yet. And will someone please answer me? Please, you got what I'm saying? Give me my answer. What did the Master Fard Muhammad do for the minister Elijah? I can't even call him the minister Elijah Muhammad. I wish I knew what his name was before he became a Muslim. Matter of fact, hold on. This is what we gonna do. Yeah, hold on. Hold on, what that name? Is it with an A? Muhammad Elijah? Yeah, no, it's with an M. Okay, real name. There you go. All right, his name was Robert Poole. Now, what did Master Fard Muhammad do for or tell Robert Poole to transcend into Elijah Muhammad? I want to know. I want to know because we know Master Fard Muhammad's a Jew. We've done that research before. That's on my Saturday and Sunday account. I made it simple for you to understand. It said Nars Stanley Sr. or it's going to say Nars E. Stanley Sr. and it tell you what day I'm going to be on that account. So it's on my Saturday, Sunday account. You got what I'm saying? So what I'm saying to you is this right here, you know what I mean? Back in the 1930s and however it go, man, you know what I mean? Back when Master Fard Muhammad introduced Islam to Robert Poole, Jews were looked at as white. White people. White people. You understand what I'm saying? White. And racism was at an all-time high. So how did you get this black man's attention? How did you? How did you get this African American attention to spread the word of Islam, give his life over to Allah? I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. I don't get it. Somebody give me an answer. Please, talk to Farrakhan. Talk to him. Somebody on my page, the Fall of America, y'all reporting to Farrakhan. Talk to him. Please ask him. Go over there on Brother Stanley's page, and if I'm correct, I heard him in my head talking. I heard his voice. That's what he called me, Brother Stanley. You got what I'm saying? Tell Brother Stanley the truth. Give him this answer, please. But look, you with the Nasty Past. As I said, our last week we got over chapter 16, and we got over chapter 16. We're in chapter 17 now, and chapter 17 title is Independence. Independence means to be free of the dominance of others. It is a very happy feeling for one to enjoy self-freedom. The white race in the Western Hemisphere take this day, July the 4th, 1972, to be a day to worship in remembrance of their achieving independence from the other people. The white race in the Western Hemisphere had to conquer the Indians who had an independent claim on the country called America. Then the white race in America cut off the tie of England and France and became the independent holder of the present country called America in the Western Hemisphere. We're going to pause right there, and I want to, I'm a historian. I love history. And I've heard it before about that. You got what I'm saying? The Europeans divided themselves. Why do you think they divided themselves? You know what I mean? And I don't, the definite answer I could give you is to the thinking of the future. You get me? The thinking of the future, what we need in America to produce a civilization. And you must understand this, you know what I mean? We as a black culture, African culture, had already settled in Europe. We was already respected in Europe. You understand what I'm saying? Very respected in Europe. There's history about it. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about we had wealth, real wealth in Europe. You get what I'm saying? So if the original Europeans have how to say this, have mended a bond in the African culture, that black race, the Europeans that was coming over here, you get what I'm saying? You get it? They didn't think of the old ways. They thought of the now, this what I gotta do. This what we're gonna do. They broke free, became an independent part of an independent culture on another continent that does not have ties. You feel what I'm saying? Our laws not their laws. You get what I'm saying? Our laws are not their laws. We do not depend on them for anything. They do not depend on us for anything. But I do say that Queen Elizabeth had an influence across the world. You get me? Across the world. She did. She really did. She had more influence than the men that ruled, her brothers that ruled before her. She had more influence than they had. You get what I'm saying? But I just say this to you again, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and say that the Europeans that landed here didn't become divided in this country. You feel me? You get it? They became divided in this country that they all came over to structure. You get what I'm saying? It was 5 families that structured America. You get me? Those 5 families had to become divided somewhere. Somewhere they had to become divided because we were still being slavery. You get me? We will still be in bondage. We will still have the KKK alive and present today. Today. You get me? Things change through evolution. Things change through the generations. So understand when people tell you, you know what I mean, don't teach your kids hate. You get me? Because you're only pushing your culture steps backwards. Backwards. And when I say to you this, you know what I mean, again, Martin Luther King had plenty white leaders in his front line. Not the 5th line, not the 10th line, on the front line. Malcolm X learned and started engaging in the white community of the leaders that could understand him and what his agenda was, and they started supporting Malcolm X. So any agenda you have out here, and I'm talking to the African culture, I'm talking to you Asians, I'm talking to you Arabs, you're going to need to be invested, to be tied to the European culture to get your agenda across for your culture in America. You get me? You need their hand in everything, but you need to find the right hand, the right voice to excel your agenda, to evolve your culture. Without that, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to be stagnated. You ain't going nowhere. Let's dive on back in this. The white race was not satisfied with owning a new country to itself. They wanted the country built up, but the white man was afraid to trust himself to build the country up. So he goes to other countries that were civilized and uncivilized Africa From Africa, he took our black people as slaves and used us for hard labor purposes. Now the white race has achieved those desires, and now he has the glorious thing that man can enjoy freedom. The country of America cannot be said to be the white man's own, but with having the freedom and the power to overcome the natives of this country, the white race in America takes this day, July 4th, to celebrate the joy of independence of others. As thou hast done, so shall it be done unto thee. Someone is about to take away your enjoyable independence. The white race here in America has done the worst to the black people who helped the white man to build up the country of America and to make it suitable and to bring in his enjoyable independence. Let me pause a little bit right there. 1, 2, 3. Good. That's where we're going to stop this reading. And I want to say this to you, and I'm going to say this to you again. You have what I'm saying. And I don't care how anyone feels about it. I really don't, and you should know that by now. You know, a lot of us blacks are, how to say it, not understanding the curses before Christ that was put on our community. You get me? Elijah Muhammad, you know, I'm not going to say don't understand it, because he understand it, but he preached more and stand more into the racist part of it and not understanding the karma that was given. You get me? The same thing that was done to us in America, we did to the Jewish community and all these other communities, cultures in Africa. You get it? You understand? Every culture that exists on this planet, even our own culture, warred against us in Kemet. You get me? In Kemet, in Africa, in in ancient Egypt, in Upper Africa. You got what I'm saying? Every culture came. Arabs, Asians, Europeans, the Nubians, they're Africans. You understand what I'm saying? Ethiopians, they're Africans. You understand what I'm saying? Every culture did this. So I say to you once again, you know what I mean? There are things that I look at and I rationalize. I said, well, okay, this happened because the way of the world is this way is because of what we did then. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they are right. You get me? I'm not saying they are right. But why throw a stone back at them? You get what I'm saying? Why even throw a stone back at them if you're able to walk down these streets in freedom? You may not be at your financial peak. You feel what I'm saying? Your financial peak, but you have some freedom. You get me? Some freedom. I don't care that most of America financial wealth is of the white community. I don't care about that. I really don't at all. Because it tells you in your scriptures that the meek shall inherit the earth. I want to inherit heaven. You get me? That's what I want. I can't take that made back to heaven. You might can bury my soul, my shell, not my soul, my shell in that made back. But isn't my soul captive? In that made back? Is it not captive? That's metal. Then it's under dirt. This is why I believe in what it's called when you burn yourself. You know what I mean? When you have your body flame. You know what I mean? When you have your body put in fire. You know what I mean? I believe in that. That's how I want my funeral. You got what I'm saying? I don't want to be in a casket. I don't want to be in your ground. I want my soul released soon as the fire hit my body. You got what I'm saying? You get it? I want my soul released. Look, you've been with the nasty pastor. There's been a chapter read from out of the fall of America. I love you, and I'm out.